What's up, William? How's everything going? What's up, guys? Hope everyone is doing well. We'll get started here in one or 2 minutes. Meantime, if you have any questions, let me know. As always. Trying to find my playlist. Here it is. All right. Yeah, last week was a great week. All analysts were on point. Definitely was a great week, that's for sure. Switch to a live scene here. So here is the new dashboard. Um, we still have a ton of improvements coming before we release it to you guys. Make this music a little lower. But yeah, it's working out really well with this new user interface. Really excited to bring this to you guys. It looks so much cleaner, and there's so much more that you could do with this table. Right, so I typically just look for calls. Could do that, and then I could drag it off to remove the spot. Since I know I'm looking for calls only, I don't really need it on the table. Um, just look for sweeps, take that off the table, and just look for bullish sentiment, which is what I typically look for, and then I could take that off the table, and then I could auto size all columns if I wanted to make this smaller and fit it on the screen, right? Now I can have it like this, so I could do something like that. So a lot of customization. You can even drag and change the where they are, right? So I could drag these over here if I wanted to. I usually leave it like this. This is what I like to do. I like to have volume in front of open interest to see if the volume is larger than the open interest. It's pretty important. Is there an app coming? Possibly in the future. That's up to Seed Blast, but I'm pretty sure he wants to. Um, you can filter premiums now, right? So let's say you wanted greater than or equal to 150,000. Then it filters anything over 150,000, or you could do ranges, right? In a range between 150,000 and 200,000, right? And then all of those all of that data comes through. It's really great. All right. So it's you could even do expiration dates. So what I do is less than, And let's say I want to do nothing more than a month out. I would just go to September. What's today? September 8th. So I would look for, probably that. And then anything less than a month out would come through the table. More than $50,000. There's 150,000. So it's coming along very, very nicely. But let's get into some charts. SPY again pushed the highs. On the smaller time frame, right? We had this wedge that I was constantly putting in the technical chat. We had it break out to the upside, and now we're consolidating right above that all-time high level. Right, if I put this line, we're consolidating right above. So we're setting up for a move higher. Again, if we can break the highs, we should push a little bit higher. Um, a long time ago, my ultimate target was the 618, which is 443, and we're getting extremely close to that. We literally just nibbled on that line. That's the wave 5 target. If we can break through that, the next target's 456. That's the one fib extension from this 5-wave sequence here. So over this, next target is about 456. QQQ. So very, very similar setups. Obviously, they kind of move pretty similarly. We had that all-time high test. We broke above. We consolidated a little bit, and now we pulled back to this previous old support here. So we're hovering right above again. So this kind of does look a little bear flag. So we could totally drop back down and test a little bit lower. But my targets are here above. So still bullish. Going to just keep playing the trend. We've been going up, up, and up. So just stay with the trend, make the trend your friend, and we'll play it by ear. And I'll obviously continue to put out levels every single day and what to look for. IWM. I'm pretty bullish on IWM. Let's check out the daily. So again, here's the daily. This white trend line, I'm going to change the color because I have a lot of white trend lines on here. Let's do a dark blue. So this trend line has held very, very nicely. We faked out before the breakdown here, and then we created 2 higher highs. So we have this reversal, and then we have a higher high and another higher high. And now on the daily, we are very close to getting an 821 EMA cross. So that would be very, very bullish. We did reject this 1 point 3 times, right? 1, 2, and 3, which used to be old support and old resistance as well. So if we can get back over this 224.55 level, we should see an 821 EMA cross to the upside, and I think we'll test up over here again, 233 level, and then the highs, which is 234.53. I think we're gonna start to see some big upside in IWM as long as this blue line holds. But we are consolidating for since last February. Actually, this recent February. So for a lot of months, almost 6 months, we've been moving sideways. So we're due for a move. Yeah, dashboard looks great. When is it coming out? No set date yet, but it should be very, very soon. We're working on, before releasing it, we're working on including a charts page. So we'll have TradingView implemented directly into the site. So like, let's say you wanted to see the chart for AMD, you could be able to click this ticker and a chart would pop up, and you could see the chart directly within the website instead of having to go back and forth between the two. Along with that, we're adding some more filters. We're adding the ability to filter for out of the money strikes. possibly to search for certain premiums, right? So if you wanted to see anything under $100 per contract, you'd be able to search that. Um, there's so much coming. There really is so much coming. Um, I'm really excited for the charts page. Charts page and the ability to search for out of the money expirations is going to be huge. But it should be very soon. We're working on it very quickly. So just stay tuned. All right, let's get on to my favorite setups for the week. Again, Walmart, I feel like it's been so stubborn, but we finally got that breakout last week. So we're in the daily here. And look at this consolidation. I mean, it was a steady uptrend, but it was just such a pain. It was moving up so slow. It really just burned all weekly contracts for the last since June 18th to about the beginning of August. Um, really a pain. And then it just recently just broke out. We had this top trend line here. As long as this yellow line right here that I have at 144.58. We had a lot of trouble breaking over this line, but we just did it and we closed over. So I think that we're going to see some continuation on this. Next target above is this 147.50 line, right? We have 2 rejection points, or even three rejection points right here. And then over that is going to be this next level of resistance. So first target's 147.50. Next is 149.93. You can either enter at the retest of this yellow line or back over that candle of 146.47. So definitely watching this for some continuation. They do have earnings though this week on the 17th, or maybe that's next week. And then they also have their dividends coming up. So that's definitely going to affect price. But based on the current chart, this is what I'm seeing. PLTR, another one that, obviously everyone's going to be watching. Earnings coming up. But the chart is looking pretty beastly here. Higher lows, lower highs. We're squeezing. We're getting tighter and tighter. 821 EMA bull cross looks like it's pretty close to happening as long as this breaks to the upside. A move over 2285, which is this double top basically here, can trigger a move basically to these highs around 2750. But be aware, this can totally break down to the downside. Earnings is totally going to have an effect on what this does. But this is looking pretty nice for a big move. So if you like playing puts, you could play below any of these levels, right? Any of these main wicks you could play. The main one being 2055, right? The bottom here. Below that, it should test back down here around 1706. But then over this, right, we should test these highs. All right. Apple is forming a very nice bull flag or bull pennant, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing. This is a nice wave for ABCDE correction. If we break out to the upside, the target is around 158, which would give us new highs. This is a perfect ABCDE correction. I mean, this is probably pretty likely to happen. Right, wave E usually drops down to the 618 or the 0.5. So we have a little bit more downside to come, maybe. Maybe one more day of downside. Maybe test 144.66, and then see a breakout here. So if we do hold this 144.66 level, totally buy that. Take a look at the MACD and the RSI. Looking pretty bullish, right? We're going to start to get across and move back to the upside. Really like Apple, actually. I would consider, let's see what the flow looks like. Right, so this is just on Friday. And this is, let's see what we got here. Right, so current price is 145. Let's check out the snapshot view. So 3.5 million worth of bullish flow and 5.28 million of bearish flow. And then you can obviously check out, the individual contracts. A lot of weeklies. So these all expired already, and so did these. But let's see if there's anything that stands out, right? Super far out of the money with big premiums, right? Greater than or equals, let's say 250,000. Right, so this is a sell. Someone sold their 150 calls. 145 puts. They sold because it's bullish. I'm going to do just calls and just sweeps, as well as just bullish sentiment. So let's see what we got. In the money, deep in the money. All right, nothing too far out of the money here. A 160 call right here for 295,000. Yeah, so the flow hasn't really stepped in yet for anything too bullish. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that changes this week. I'm sure we'll see a change because this is a great setup here. All right, let's check out Neo. Neo, another pretty high quality setup here. Kind of looks exactly like PLTR, right? The higher lows and lower highs after a big spike in price. Cooled off a little bit. 821 EMA cross is coming. I think this is a wave 2 here, right? Wave 1, the wave 2 pullback, which is why I included this 618 right here. So if we see some downside and we hold these lows right here, right? We have some confluence right here between this trend line, the 618 previous highs right in this region, right from right from this resistance level all the way up to this level right here and just drag it across. This is a pretty high area of demand, right? So this area should be bought up as well, as because it's a pretty stable support, right? We have multiple areas of confluence. So this should hold, and if it does, we should see a move back to the upside and a break over. And if we can break over that 47.38 level, I think we should test around 54, 55. Amazon will be going over in a couple more tickers. We have 25 people in here. It's starting to come back. Let's go. Let's go into the next ticker. Draftkings. So, Draftkings, I played this, I think it was a week or two ago. I thought we were going to break right here, but we ended up not breaking, and we pulled back one more time to this old area of support before breaking out. But huge head and shoulder, or inverse head and shoulders, as well as an earnings beat, 51% surprise. We broke through, but we failed that next level of resistance. So since we did close over, I think now that we closed over, and as long as we can hold, right, we have this huge resistance right here, as well as the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, huge daily / weekly inverse head and shoulders. If we can break back over this 53.39 level, and then break, through whatever we tested there, I think we'll test 56, and then over that level, let's delete this for now. We should test this next level right here, around 62.20. But the ultimate target for wave 3, which is from this low to this high and then a pullback back to that wave 2, right? In red right here is 67.57. Really like this a lot. This inverse head and shoulders is pretty neat. So I like that a lot. Moving on, Twilo. So this one I was debating whether or not to put here, but the MACD and the RSI is making me bullish on this. We did just have a 5-wave sequence, right? Wave 1, wave 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless, which now that I'm considering, this could be the wave 4, and we could have a wave 5 go up here. All right, and this could be an A, B, C. Yeah, I actually like that better now that I'm talking to myself about it. Right, this would be B, and then this would be C. I do like that a lot, actually. But this white trend line that I have here, right, we were following it very nicely. We bounced off it once, we bounced off it twice. We had this bounce again here before falling through, but we did have an earnings drop on Twilo because of that. So if we can reclaim this area up here and break above, I think we'll test new highs. So actually, yeah, I do like this ABC sequence here. It might be a WXY, but for the video, I'll just keep this how it is. If this is the wave 4, we also have a downtrend channel here, kind of like a bull flag. A break above this 380.92 level, I think we'll test these highs at around 400 plus. So let's see what the target would be here. All right, so you do wave 1 to wave 3 and back down to wave 4, and it's usually the 618 or the 1 that we hit. Right, so the first target after that would be around 441. So, I really do like this. It does look very good. Right, we also have an inverse head and shoulders. If we look back a little bit more, right, left shoulder, head, and now the right shoulder, with a pretty big neckline. So, this looks pretty damn good. Right, 821 EMA cross is about to happen to the upside. We're consolidating right above these lows here, right? So it's a double bottom here and consolidation before the next rip up. So, this does look really good. I like it a lot. Definitely going to keep my eye on it. Let me see if I have my alert set. Nope, I don't. I'm going to set 2 alerts. So I set 1 alert on the line and 1 right before. That way, I don't miss the move. Microsoft is coming up. I have it right down here. Amazon. So this is going to set up for a massive move. Right now, we just had a wave 2 pullback, right? A, B, C after a full wave 1. So I think we're setting up for a massive, massive move. We are still basically consolidating here, right? I mean, we did have this one spike above to around 37.73 once we broke over that 35.55 level. But we're right back into this huge area of consolidation. But this bottom trend line, we have held multiple times now. I think this is the wave C bottom or wave 2 bottom, right? Depending on which way you want to look at it. But take a look at the MACD and the RSI. Extremely oversold. Now, if we go to the 1 hour, we had, right? So wave C, we had our wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 earnings drop, wave 4, wave 5. So now that's a C. Now we had, now this is a wave 1, A, B, C, and now wave 2. So this could be the start of a wave 3 on multiple different time frames, right? So we have this wave 2 down here, and now we also have a wave 3 coming up. So on smaller time frames, right, wave 3 target, the first wave 3 would be 34.76, but we do have a huge gap to fill back to 35.80. So look at my target up here, first of all. 43.37 is the target, right? It's from wave one back down to wave two. If we can fill this gap, move back up and test these highs, I think, we'll hit 4,000 plus easily. We'll see what happens. But right now I'm bullish because these lows are holding perfectly. So I really like it. Roku, I'll take a look at it after these setups. Tesla. So still love Tesla here. I still have my contracts for 827 to 740 call. Still up about 100%. So I'm still holding. I have half my position. Right, we broke out, we consolidated, we had that bull flag, and we ended up breaking to the downside, but it's not a problem. We closed at 699, which is fine as long as we hold 697.62. I have right this top line here, which we have, 1, 2, and 3 rejection points. So this area should hold. If we drop below that, then we can continue to see some downside, which I would probably sell. But if we can hold here and bounce back up and break this new high that we had, I think we'll test 780 this week. I think we'll have another big week. But yeah, still holding my contract. Still looks pretty good because we're holding this level right here. Okay, that's all I got for that. Snow, I think setting up for another move higher. White trend line has held very well, right? 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3, 4, and I guess you can consider that one a fifth bounce. We're consolidating. We have, it's not an inside bar, right? Because we did drop below this big green bar, but that's a nice bullish candle. I think we'll test the high right here and possibly test this level up here, 327. I still have my 827 740 call on Tesla. I bought that, I think, for 965 a contract, or 975 if I remember correct, somewhere right around there. Yeah. Just realized the music's not playing. Yeah, but also on the bigger time frames, right? Inverse head and shoulders again, left head, right neckline. So could totally see some continuation. Flow is pretty good also. Mara still holding my contract. We saw an amazing move, right, with Bitcoin. We had our wave one, wave two pullback. On the smaller time frames, we had some perfect consolidation, right? A, B, C, D, E. Wave two, we broke out, we retested perfectly on that trend line before continuing higher. That was an almost perfect move that we saw, and we hit the targets perfectly. I mean, that was amazing. Still have it. I'd like to see some consolidation here as we are right above this previous resistance point. So maybe 1 or 2 days of consolidation before moving higher would be ideal. But since this is wave 3, we totally can rip higher. Roblox. So a lot of people have their eyes on this. Huge falling wedge. We had that bottom put in right at the 1272 in this WXY. Excuse me, I just got a text. In this WXY pattern, inverse head and shoulders, these are some strong wicks showing, these areas were bought up very nicely. A lot of demand in these areas. We had that fake breakout and a pullback. So if we can hold this bottom that we put in and continue to stay out of this falling wedge, we should rip to the upside For me to be bullish on this, like actually completely bullish, I need 83.41, which is a break of this previous resistance level, as well as this resistance right here. All right, so that's going to be a major turning point if we can break above. All right, take a look at the volume profile on the left-hand side. This is the point we need to break to be bullish. 83.41. Once we get over that, we should, continue to see some more upside. Coin. So consolidating, we had multiple touches across this white trend line, and we just broke out and we tested this 261.15 level perfectly. But we rejected it. So if we can get back over this 261 level and close over, we should see some continuation. And the first price target would be this multiple top right here, right? Old support turning into new resistance. We should test that level again, right? That's another level of resistance that we'll test. But 282 and 305, Bitcoin has been performing pretty well. So I think we could potentially, see some upside, and we'll have a nice U or a cup formed here. Microsoft looks great. Yeah, inverse head and shoulders. Yeah. You're right. Didn't even see it. Microsoft. So there was some pretty bullish flow on Microsoft. Let's see if I can find it. I don't remember what it was. So let me extend this. So look at all these 290 calls. A lot of out of the money calls, like with the size, with sweeps, right? This is the same buyer. Totally the same buyer. Right? 250 contracts, 250 contracts for 813, 250 contracts, 250 contracts, 250. This is probably a different buyer, right? But this is all the same amount of premium, basically. All 813, like 292 calls and 290 calls and 280 calls. So look at this one. 917 300 call. So, the signs are there. What about this? 335 call. Yep, this is the new Dash that should be released pretty soon. Just a couple more upgrades coming. But look at this. 820, 290. Ton of volume on that. 813, 290. Right? Ton of volume on that. So, but getting back to what I was saying, wave 1, wave 2 pullback right to the 618 with a bullish hammer candle to reverse, right? 821 EMA. Wave 3, wave 4, we just had this consolidation here, nice bull flag and a break. So we are at 289. That's where we closed, 289.46. All right, we had a nice bull flag break, pullback / retest, right? Right around there. Nice rounded bottom here before, moving back to the upside on the close. So if we can break above that previous high of 289.63, we should test the highs of 290.15 before continuing higher. So definitely like this for for some upside this week. Take a look at the MACD and the RSI and the daily. Looks very good. Looks very, very good. Another one I'm watching, QCOM. We have a pretty massive gap fill to come right here. Huge gap fill. We rejected this resistance 1 time, 2 time, and now 3 and 4 times. We have this bottom trend line here. We have higher and higher lows across the board, and now we have more of a falling wedgish bull flag kind of pattern here. So maybe 1-2 days more of consolidation, test this trend line again before moving higher. But if we can break above this 148.23 level and then test this 151.78 level, we have a huge gap to fill to 161. So again, I'm going to set my alerts as always. And make sure I do not miss this move, because that will be a great play. XPEV, I think I still have a runner or two. But falling wedge, we broke out. We tested that previous resistance. We failed. And now we're doing a full back test of this old resistance, becoming a potential new support. So we're right on the trend line and we're right on the EMAs. So if this area can hold, which it should, we should see continuation and a move back higher to test the top here around 47.98. So as you can see, I have my alerts set. One here for a move to the upside and one for the downside. If we move to the downside, I would just take it off my watch list and not watch it again, because I only typically like to play to the upside. It's just what I do. But definitely watching this if we can get a move back to the upside. And then this one, box. Potentially news coming. Don't ask how I know. But bottom trend line has held very well. We do have a bearish rising wedge, but potentially something coming here. So I'm just keeping my eye out on a flow, and I'm going to keep an eye out on what happens here. That's all I'm saying. What did you guys want to see? FSLY you wanted to see. So, wink, wink. Potentially something coming. Okay. So, Fastly, we did have this high resistance point, right? Lower and lower highs, higher and higher lows until we broke below, retested, and saw some downside due to earnings, right? They beat earnings and they still dropped, probably because of guidance. But we're below here, and we're right at the lows, right? We dipped below, but we pulled back, and we reclaimed that 39.47 level. You know, this isn't something that I typically play. I don't like playing these cherry picking tickers, right? If you know, you can get great value down here, and there's huge upside, right? We've tested 136 before, and we're currently at 41.24, right? So you can get tremendous value if you like the stock, but this is not something I would play options on. Not a good setup for me. TSM, I know Nick wanted to see. Let me just take a sip of water. All right, TSM. So this is something that I was watching, but I didn't include it on my watch list. Let's see. So, I mean, we did just get an 821 EMA bull cross. We did have that breakout here. This is when I was watching it. I can remove this line. Don't need that. Um, I mean, I would enter over this line right here, 119.55. Would definitely consider it right there. Right, if we can break out, close above, and then test this line, and then we do have, actually, we do have a gap to fill here. Just notice that as well. Change the color just so I can see it on the right hand side. We do have that gap fill from 120.70 to 124. So that could totally be a great play. So I'm going to set my alert. You know, I'll add it to the watch list. See what happens. But yeah, as long as we hold these lows here, should continue to do well. What other charts do you guys want to see? TSM I did, Amazon, Microsoft I did, Fastly I did, NVAX. I haven't looked at NVAX actually. Whoops, I don't know what I just did. Wow, so they had, talk about volatility. They missed earnings by 30%. They're still in this wedge though, right? So they broke out. They had that huge day. I think it was like an 18% day. And now they pulled back again. There's so many gaps. As long as this bottom trend line holds, you know, it should continue to it should move to the upside. If this bottom trend line holds and we can bounce right here again for the fourth time, and we're still over this trend line that I have, this white trend line here. I don't really know how accurate this is anymore. I think I'd leave it right here. But this is setting up for something. I'm going to look at hood. JPM, totally look at it after this. Okay, let's check out hood. 15-minute. So first thing I do on a new chart like this is just from the bottom to the high. Extend lines right. To see where we are within the fibs. So we're right in between the 0.5 and the 618. We're also consolidating pretty nicely, honestly. Right, this probably even extends back to here. Right, something like that. As well as that, right? So that looks pretty damn nice if you ask me. It's setting up for something, right? Volume's pretty low, so we do need some high volume coming in if you want that move to the upside. But as long as this 618 holds, I can actually change that. Perfect. So as long as the 618 holds, I think we should be fine. And a move over this level right here. Whoops. Change the color so we can tell the difference between price. 58.32, which is this previous high. We can break that and then break the 0.5. I think we should test, you know, somewhere around these levels right here. We do have a little gap to fill right here on the daily, around 67. So that could potentially be filled. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to set my alert right here. And then another one right here. Because these options move very nicely just because of the volume. Right, around 70 million volume. MSTR. This is another breakout play, right? We had that triple top, right? 1 resistance, 2, and 3. We had that nice flag. Nice flag and a nice breakout and strong, strong candle to close. Um, this is a nice play. I hope some of you caught this. Um, but next target for this is right that multiple resistance point right here at 809, and then all the way up here at 882. So there's some significant upside here. I kind of like this a lot, actually. I'm going to add this to the watch list. So if we can get a pullback and retest this multiple rejection line here at 695, I mean, that's a 50-point drop, but this seems to move pretty freely. So I do like it, right? Take a look at how this 821 EMA cross signals a move to the upside on the daily, right? So we had the cross here. We had consolidation. We pulled back to the EMAs before taking off again. Right? So the EMAs always catch up after the move before another move coming usually. All right, let's check out JP Morgan for my man. I haven't looked at this in a while, and the one line I have across the board, we happen to have tested it multiple times. So this level is obviously very, very significant, right? Rejected, 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 became a new support twice here. Became a support, right? We closed right on it. We found a new resistance right here again. We rejected 3 times here. And now we're sitting at the same level once again. EMAs are right here on the left-hand side. I used the 8 and 21 EMA. So what do we need to do? We need to get over this 157.63 level. We do have an 821 EMA cross to the upside, right? We did just cross, which is bullish as could be, right? We have increased volume. RSI MACD are moving to the upside. So if we can get over this level and close above and then break that level, right? 159.16, this should continue to move to the upside. I do like this. This is a good risk to reward play. What contracts do you guys have for this? But if you guys have weeklies, which I honestly don't remember what you guys have, let me know what contracts you have, Malinier. Because if this breaks right here, you'll totally see a huge candle, right? Because of how significant this level is. Ton of buyers will step in once this breaks. But once this breaks, this target will come very quickly, 159.16, and then over that, I always just like to test the fibs. Right from the high to the low. 618 lines up perfectly. 813, 157 call. 157.5. Yeah, I like that play a lot, actually. Once this level breaks, this price will guarantee it shoots up and it hits 159 right away. Right, because of how many times we've tested this level. You should just see a huge volume spike. An option, right, implied volatility. I think you'll test this level right away, 159. So that would go in the money. I like that a lot. I do. I really like that. I'm pressing all the wrong keys right now. And look how that 382 lines up perfectly with this resistance point. 159.14, 159.16, basically the same thing. So once it clears this level, I just target the 236, 162, or this line, right? So there's multiple different ways you can look at it. Same contracts from the flow. Yeah, this is this is all you can ask for. This is a great risk to reward, which is, what it's all about, right? You're always going to have to implement risk, and if your reward is higher than your risk, at least double, it's worth it. Right? I think this will be a great play if it breaks. If not, right, you close your position right below, and you lose out some. But the risk to reward is totally there. Snap. So snap, we could still be in a wave 3 here. I like this above the highs, right? 79.18 is the high. We did just have a break, right? We had this top trend line that I have here in white. We broke, and now we're pulling back. So we're doing a full retest. So if we can hold here, right, wait for the EMAs to catch up, maybe another day or two of consolidation before moving higher, I would love this over 79.18. And the wave 3 target's 90. Right, and this target is from wave 1 to the bottom wave 2. And I'll extend that line, right? 90.51, the target. It's or 90.40 to be exact. So definitely like this. I'll set my alert. And there you have that. Chewy. Chewy also looks like a bunch of other tickers. Kind of looks like Snow a lot, or Walmart a little bit. But this previous resistance point we just rejected, right? So this resistance turned into a new resistance. We rejected it perfectly. And now we fell back to the EMAs. So if we can get some consolidation here, hopefully we don't test down here again, which it's a possibility because we have tested that multiple times. But a break over 92.52, and we should see a nice run to the upside. Square, that was an amazing play by Sea Blast. Unbelievable play. I started with 5 contracts when he called it out. I don't remember where he called it out. I think it was like right here, maybe right on the break. And then one side I saw we were holding this 0.5, which is the wave E. And we were starting to form a flag here on the smaller time frame. Yep, so we had an A, B, C within that flag. I think I bought like another 30 contracts. So I ended up having like 35 contracts. And that volume was just unbelievable. That was a sick play. I had a lot in that. So I had like 35 contracts. And went well over, I think, 400%. That was an awesome play. But yeah, looking over it for this week. All right, let's take a look at the daily and delete all this stuff here. Looking at the daily, we broke out of this long-term consolidation. Yeah, you chickened out. It happens. I was totally being ballsy. I just had this feeling. I saw some flow come in, and I was like, the risk to reward's there. I was very green for the week and the week prior. So I was like, I'm just going to take the risk. Probably wasn't a good idea. Um, I had like 6 to 8 grand in it. So, and I made like 400%. Um, it paid off, but not every time is going to be like that. So, that's just it is what it is. You get the good trades and you have the bad trades. But back to on topic, we formed an inside bar, right? So this is an inside day, maybe one or two more inside days, and obviously you would just play the, the pivot points. So the high of 289.23, maybe get another retest back down to this white trend line. Yeah, square totally treats us well. Yeah, Chris is very good when it comes to square. Wait for the EMAs to catch up. So you see how this candle, we pulled back right underneath the resistance, right? A fake out, and we held that 8 EMA. So what can we assume? It's probably going to happen again, right? We pull back, test this level again around 267, wait for the EMAs to catch up before running higher. Happens every single time, right? See how back here we get a move up to the upside. We come back to the 8 EMA. We move to the upside. We come right back to the EMA. We move to the upside. We wait for the EMAs. And it falls below, and then that signifies, right, a potential move lower, which it came. And then once we broke through those EMAs again, right, we broke to the upside again. So it's just another way of how to play these EMAs. Right? There's so many different ways to play. Roku. TSM I will do next. I think I did that already, actually, but I'll do it again if you didn't see it. Roku. So, pretty sure the wave 5 was just put in. Yeah. I don't think this could be an A, B, C. So honestly, I'm going to hold back on Roku, right? We broke below this trend line. So odds are we move to the upside, test this, and come back down. And we can potentially see, right? This is an a B right here, and then a C back down below. Which the targets, right, for a wave C are 11618 and the 1414. So a C wave would probably be either end down here or down here. All right, something like that. This is basically the same thing, right? And notice where I put the B, right? Right on that resistance line. Right? Old support would probably act as a new resistance right here. I have the exact same thing with PayPal, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so we just had a 5-wave sequence. Now that this turns into a full wave 1, now we should see an A, B, and a C, right? Which will ultimately turn into, right, a falling wedge, kind of. Just like that. This is exactly how it works. You see the same thing over and over again. And as you get better at trading, you get better and better at, predicting. Right? So guaranteed this happens. Just calling it now. TSM. We did this already. Yeah, Square wants $300 totally. I think Square should be like a $500-$600 stock minimum. I mean, every place uses it. eBay. I haven't checked eBay in a long time. Yeah, see, I haven't even touched it since like in a long time. Just been trotting along to the upside. So this seems very, very repetitive, right? If I take a look at, let's get the fractals. Where is the fractal? Um, Bars pattern. All right, if I take this and shift that right here, that looks pretty damn similar if you ask me. All right, that's what a fractal is. It's just a copy and paste of previous price action. And look where it falls. That price falls perfectly to the line. Stripe's going public, Chris? Stripe is massive. Everyone uses them. I actually like this a lot. A pullback right here. This lines up perfectly with that high, that previous high. All right, rejection, old support, resistance. So yeah, I mean, this is probably a wave 5 right here. All right, let's say, all right, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just assuming, because I would have to go all the way back to the bottom. And then this is probably this whole 401k. Right, an A, a B, and a C, just like that, something like that, right? And we figured we would bounce right in this region, right? Because we do have all of this demand within this region, right? We have the top here, we have the top here, we have old resistance, and we have old support. So there should be demand to pick up shares in this region. Oh, 2022. What are the good things about the 4-hour? I mean, it's just preference. I use the daily. I use all these. You know, you should be looking at all of them. Look at all the time frames. AMC. All right, I'm gonna do one more, and then we'll stop there. AMC. Haven't looked at AMC in a while. Seems like it's just doing the same thing it's always doing. Those look pretty nice. All right, it's forming a wedge from the lows to the highs. Let's check out where we're at fib-wise. Probably like this 618, 786. So yeah, we're right in between the 618 and the 786. If this can get back over the 618, ideally, we should see a breakout and an 821 EMA cross. You know what? I'm going to set my alert. Have earnings coming up tomorrow, actually. So a big day. RSI and MACD are pretty oversold. So, yeah, I don't take options in my 401k. Just stocks, just commons. I have these long term, right? This is just a few plays that I have long term. ARCG, which looks bullish as could be. Love this. Right, falling wedge, breakout, pull back right to the EMAs, 821 EMA cross. I think ARCG should be like a $300-400 stock. I mean ETF, excuse me. Right, genomics, however you want to pronounce it. It's the future. Totally is the future. ARC K, basically the same chart. VTV is just you know, Vanguard fund. Nice chart, breakout. Looks like it's going to move higher. XLK is another one. All right, don't even need to look at the daily, just look at the weekly. Yeah, looks pretty damn good. All right, guys. Any other questions besides charts? Just about trading? Look where this bounced off. Perfect bounce. We should see a rip. Turn on 116. I haven't really looked at these other ARC funds. Basically looks the exact same. Looks pretty damn good if you ask me. CLF. I love me some falling wedges, and you know that. Look at that. That is beautiful. So look at this. Resistance point, the 236. Once it clears this 236, we should test this should test 2477. And then test the high of the wedge. So totally like this. Yeah, it looks good on the 1 hour and 2 hour. Looks really good. Bitcoin. So I think it's just going for a retest, right, of this previous level, 42,462. Yeah, it just wants a retest. Fair. Nice ABC pattern. Yeah, right. So we had the wave 1, 2, 3, possible wave 4, and then 5 up here. Right, we have A, B, and C. So it should test 42,464, which is this double top right here. Right, we had that support right here. And yeah, Ethereum basically doing the exact same thing. Pool? No, I didn't get in pool. Pool's just giving us a retest as well. Tesla. I could always just send it to you if you want. It is pretty messy. But speaking of messy, any soccer fans? I don't really watch soccer, but sucks for that. Yeah, so it looks like it wants to retest that 697, 62 level, right? Old resistance is going to act as new support. If it breaks down below, we'll continue to see downside. I'll cut my contracts. If we hold and see some more upside, I'll hold. Simple as that. Yep, letting the EMAs catch up. All right, so we broke out. I had to retest that EMA. Same thing is going to happen here, right? We are in an uptrend as long as that EMA holds. All right, guys, that's it for me. Soccer is your first sport. Yeah, I'm not really a big soccer guy. I'm big into hockey and football. Maybe because I used to suck at soccer, so I never liked it. I was not good at soccer, so that's probably why I wasn't a fan when I was a kid. But all right, guys, that's it from me. Hope everyone enjoyed the stream. And Ghost will be streaming Monday to Friday from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Um, so look forward to that. It's going to be in the Discord. He's going to be live streaming for the first hour, 5 days a week, which is going to be awesome. It's going to be great for you guys to learn. So make sure you take advantage of that. He's probably going to be doing live call outs, so you'll be able to get even better fills. So totally look forward to that. If you have any friends or family that want to get into trading, send them your referral link. Remember, we do have a referral program, and you can get money every single month if you refer people. So, right, always look for another source of income. Take advantage of our referral program. We will give you a chunk of the change that you get us. Right, so spread the word to friends and family. Put it on your Facebook page. Whatever you have to do. My favorite NFL team, the New York Giants. I'm from New York. New York Giants, New York Islanders. Unfortunately, the New York Knicks. Um, New York all around. Do we have any open spots in the Discord? What do you mean? Do we have any more open spots? But yeah, refer some people and look forward to the streams Monday to Friday. It's going to be great. Any other questions or chart requests that you want to see, always let us know. All right, we're always around. Always, always, always around. And anything you guys need, just let us know. Ooh, Christian, you're a Cowboys fan? I can't talk to you. I hate the Cowboys. All right, on that note, let's stay on topic here because I will go on a tangent about the Cowboys. Everyone, let's have a good week. Remember, risk first, and let's kill it.